Welcome to another tech vid. Today, you'll learn how to configure peripheral control policies in Sophos Central, which let you control access to peripherals and removable media. Let's dive in. I'll show you how to configure policies, set peripheral exemptions, and how to troubleshoot peripheral control-related issues. Before you start, ensure you have SuperAdmin access in Sophos Central, and the devices the policies are being applied to are Windows and/or macOS devices. Note, Unix and Linux devices aren't supported. Let's get started. First, I'll show how to configure peripheral control policies. In Sophos Central, navigate to My Products, Endpoint, Policies, then click the Peripheral Control Base policy and go to Settings. By default, the policy is set to Disabled. If selecting Monitor but do not block, this allows all peripherals. They'll be detected, but you can't set access rules for them. If setting this up for the first time, we recommend you select this option and keep this enabled for 1 week to gain an understanding of what devices are used in your environment. This prevents you from accidentally blocking critical peripherals. Then, once you have enough information about your environment, select Control Access by Peripheral Type and add exemptions to set access policies for peripheral types and individual detected peripherals. For each peripheral type, you can select Allow to unrestrict peripherals or Block. Additionally, storage type peripherals have the read-only option, making peripherals accessible for reading only. Wireless peripherals have the Block Bridged option, which prevents the bridging of two networks and doesn't generate any block alerts or events. The MTP/PTP category includes devices that connect using the MTP or PTP protocols, such as phones and tablets. For more information about these device types, check the documentation linked in the description. Next, I'll demonstrate how to set access policies for individual detected peripherals. This is helpful for allowing or blocking known peripherals. Click Peripheral Exemptions, then click Add Exemptions. The pop-up shows a list of detected peripherals. Note, peripherals are detected when peripheral control is in use, or if there's an access restriction for that type of peripheral. This list shows all detected peripherals, whether on endpoint computers or servers. Select a detected device, then click Add Exemptions. The selection has been added to the list. Configure the policy as desired. Note, setting a stricter individual access exemption than the policy settings will result in an error. Here, you can see that wireless is set to allow, but the exemption is set to block, and an error will appear. The correct method is to set wireless to block and set any individual devices to allow. Under Enforce By, you can enforce the exemption via Model ID or Instance ID. Enforcing by Model ID will allow or block all devices of that specific model. Using an Instance ID will instead allow or block that specific device ID. Now, I'll go over some troubleshooting for peripheral control-related issues. In this case, if you're unable to access a device or an exemption isn't working correctly. First, check if the issue is related to the peripheral control policy. Assign a peripheral control policy with its settings disabled and see if the issue persists. Next, check if the same device can be accessed from another endpoint. Lastly, if an exemption was added, check if the model or instance ID matches the device being blocked. On Windows, you can check this in the Device Manager. On macOS, go to System Information, Hardware, USB. If the issue persists, open a support ticket with Sophos support for further assistance. And that's how you configure peripheral control policies in Sophos Central. I hope you found this useful. The relevant documentation and other comprehensive resources for this tech vid are linked in the video description. Join the Sophos community to stay up to date with our products, ask questions, and get answers from Sophos experts. And go to Sophos Tech Vids for more expert tutorials to help you maximize your products and stay secure.